We're gonna win. We're gonna win. We're gonna win.
You're gonna win. You stink.
Greetings, baseball fans, and welcome to the Suicide Squeeze Baseball Show here on the Fireball Review channel. Well, over the past number of weeks, I have been conducting a monumental experiment on YouTube. I have been running down the 10 greatest baseball movies of all time. Number 10 was Bull Durham. Number 9 was Angels in the Outfield. Number 8 was Field of Dreams. And I'm about to unveil the number 7 selection in just one moment, so buckle your seatbelts. Picture it. The year is 1992. The Los Angeles riots have just occurred. Bill Clinton has just been elected the 42nd President of the United States. Johnny Carson has hosted The Tonight Show for the final time. Raise of hands out there in the home audience if anyone is old enough to remember who Johnny Carson was. And in baseball, for the first time ever, a team not from the United States wins the World Series when the Toronto Blue Jays knock off the Atlanta Braves in 6 games. And in other news, Forrest Gump manages a group of ladies to the All-Ladies World Series in the 1992 film, and my 7th greatest baseball movie of all time, A League of Their Own. Now, I don't like to get too preachy on this channel because I like to keep it fairly lighthearted in nature, but I think the world over the past number of years has gotten way too politically correct for my taste. People are offended by everything these days. And I know what some of you guys might be thinking. Fireball is just choosing A League of Their Own because it has a group of ladies in it. They're playing baseball. He's trying to be uber PC and politically correct. Let me tell you something. That is not the case at all. And by the way, Rosie O'Donnell is in this film. Rosie O'Donnell is probably my least favorite actor in the history of Hollywood. Okay? I hear this woman's voice. I want to jump out of a 30-story building. Consequences be damned, okay? I can't stand that woman. Nonetheless, besides all these things, besides being a non-PC guy, besides despising Rosie O'Donnell, A League of Their Own is just a damn good baseball movie. It's based on a true story. During World War II, all the top Major League Baseball players, Joe DiMaggio, Ted Williams, just to name a few, all these guys were being drafted in the military to fight the Nazis, to fight the Japanese. It was a horrible, scary situation. So the owners thought eventually Major League Baseball would have to be shut down. That never ended up actually happening, but at the time that Pearl Harbor was attacked, they thought Major League Baseball would be shut down, so they decided to start the All-American Girls Baseball League. So A League of Their Own kicks off in Portland, Oregon, where a scout for the new league is scouting out a superstar talent by the name of Dottie Henson. And this scout is doing everything he possibly can think of to get Dottie Henson on a train to Chicago to try out for this new league. And Dottie wants absolutely nothing to do with any of this nonsense at all. She works on a farm. She just plays baseball for fun. Her husband is overseas fighting in the war, and she wants nothing to do with this guy at all. She just so happens to have a kid sister who plays on the same team as she does in that area of the world. And the sister is not any good. And the scout wants nothing to do with the sister, even though the sister wants to go try out for this new league. So the sister convinces the scout if both of them can go, if she can talk her older sister into getting on this train and going to Chicago, can they both go? He agrees. She convinces Dottie to get on this train. They scout out another player by the name of Marla Hooch. And really, Marla Hooch has nothing to do with the plot of this film at all. I just like saying her name. Marla is a name that you will never hear any human being probably be named ever again. So the 3 ladies get to Chicago. They make the team. All is right with the world. They are now members of the Rockford Peach baseball team. They are joined on this team by May Motivito, played by Madonna. Yes, Madonna at one time actually was an actress. She did not just sing, but she also acted. I think she acted in like 2 movies during this time period. It was a very weird time, the early 90s. She plays May Motivito. They call her All the Way May. You guys can draw your own conclusions as to why they call her that. She's also joined by the aforementioned Rosie O'Donnell, who plays Dolores Murphy. Dolores is another name you will never hear anyone named again. The Peaches are managed by Jimmy Dugan, played by Tom Hanks. And ladies and gentlemen, by this point in time in the world, if Tom Hanks says he can play an orangutan in a movie, don't doubt him, because he can probably play an orangutan. The guy pretty much steals every movie he's ever been in his life, and this movie is no different. This character is absolutely amazing. His old owner, who he used to play for, because Dugan was an old baseball player back in the day, he hurt his knees because we find out he fell out of a hotel when he got drunk one night. Either he got drunk or he heard Rosie O'Donnell's voice, who knows. But be that as it may, the old owner asked him to come back to manage the Peaches. He reluctantly agrees because he has no money left, but he's basically a fall-down drunk. He sits in the dugout, he's scratching himself, he smells badly, he's a total disaster. He does set the world record, though, for the longest piss in the history of the cinema, so he's got that going for him. So after several weeks of showing absolutely no interest in managing these ladies whatsoever, Jimmy Dugan finally sees the light and begins to pass on his wealth of baseball knowledge to these ladies, and these ladies soak it up. They begin on a rapid journey up the standings in the All-Ladies Baseball League, but a storm is brewing when Dottie and Kit have somewhat of a sibling rivalry, a falling out, if you will, which ends in Kit being traded away to Racine, and Racine and Rockford square up in the first Ladies Baseball World Series. So as a general rule of thumb, I don't like to give away the ending to these movies in these reviews. So if you've never seen A League of Their Own and you want to see the movie, turn this review off right now and come back and watch the rest later, because I am going to be talking about what's sort of a raging debate amongst fans of this film as to how the ending shakes out. And this disturbs me very, very much. The ending to this movie, everyone thinks that Dottie intentionally drops the ball at the end of the movie because Kit is now playing for Rockford. Her and her sister had a falling out, and she's rounding third base. She collides with Dottie. Obviously, these ladies are a lot tougher than the male players in today's game because, God forbid, we have a collision at home plate anymore. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. I apologize. Kit is rounding the bases. She collides with Dottie, and Dottie drops the ball. Racine wins the World Series. Rockford loses. It's a very sad situation because I don't like Kit very much in this movie. I kind of find her to be kind of a whiner a little bit. And there's sort of a rumor that Dottie drops the ball on purpose at the end of the film because she feels sorry for her sister, who's kind of the black sheep of the family and is always overlooked. And that bothers me very much. If Dottie did that, that is a major faux pas. I don't care if that's your sister, your mother, your kid. You don't drop the ball, okay? Not in that situation. This is the World Series. But despite the World Series result, A League of Their Own is a damn good movie. It's a damn good baseball movie. And I like the fact that we get to see what life was like here in the United States during World War II. Most of the movies from World War II depict what life was like for the soldiers overseas fighting in that hellish war. But we never get to see what life was like for everyone else back here. And most of the women had to go into factories and work and take jobs and do things that they had never done before, and they had to learn trades to keep the country moving. Now, the most iconic quote in this movie, and possibly the most iconic quote in any baseball movie ever, is when Jimmy Dugan, played by Tom Hanks, utters the word, "There's no crying in baseball." And that happens right after his outfielder misses the cutoff man, a run scores. He is very distressed. He is very upset with this woman for not hitting the cutoff man. But I think what he says to the umpire when the umpire comes over and tells him he needs to be treating the ladies a little bit more nicely and a little bit more with respect, when he says this,
"Anyone ever tell you look like a penis with a little hat on?"
that is the quote of the movie. So you change that World Series outcome, you recast Rosie O'Donnell's role with absolutely any other actress in Hollywood, and A League of Their Own is 10 flaming Filet-O-Fishes out of a possible 10 for me. That's how much I love this movie. But that didn't actually happen, so I got to deduct a little bit. A League of Their Own is 9.5 flaming Filet-O-Fishes out of a possible 10. I knock Rosie O'Donnell a lot in this review, but it's kind of like the band Nickelback. A lot of rock fans hate Nickelback. Oh man, Nickelback sucks. Why would anyone go to see them? But let me tell you something. Somebody is going to see Nickelback. Somebody is going to their concert. Somebody is buying their music because these guys are millionaires, and it's like Rosie O'Donnell. Somebody likes her because that woman is a multiple millionaire, so the joke is on me, I suppose. But nevertheless, some fun facts about A League of Their Own. The scene where Madonna catches the ball in her hat, that's very illegal. You cannot do that. You won't go to jail or anything, but you got to catch the ball in your glove or in your hand. You can't catch it in your hat. I think you should be able to catch the ball in your hat, personally, but I'm kind of a weirdo in that regard. Also, the tryout scene is actually shot at Wrigley Field in Chicago, which is kind of an interesting fun fact. And there is a deleted scene in this film where Dottie and Jimmy actually kiss. And the producers or the writers, somebody wanted them to get together at the end. But I'm sort of glad that didn't happen because Jimmy getting together with Dottie, that would have looked really bad when her husband is over fighting the Nazis and he's over here trying to mac on his wife. Would not have been a good look for Jimmy or Dottie. I'm glad that didn't happen. But now I want to hear from you guys. Have you seen A League of Their Own? Do you like the movie? Do you hate the movie? Are you indifferent to the movie? Have you never seen the movie? Let me know down below. And do you think Major League Baseball should institute a rule that you can catch the ball in your hat? Let me know down below. And as always, hit that dislike button if you didn't like this video. Otherwise, see you next time with the number 6 greatest baseball movie of all time. I cannot wait to do the review for this film. It'll be enchanting. It'll be magical. It will be mystical. It'll be elegant. You don't want to miss it. See you next time, guys. Toodles!